Ever wonder about life's mysteries and how what we may not be aware of could be affecting the outcomes of we here on earth? With permission from Dr. Paul Leon Masters, founder of the University of Sedona, I'd like to share with you one of his mystical insights. Dr. Masters' mystical insights are based on over 50 years of consciousness research with thousands of his students. Today's subject's based on his conclusions after half a century of research. The subject is on universal God Beingness, an expanded mystical view. Simply put, when you look out at the physical universe, you look into one level of universal mind consciousness, or the mind of God. And through the physical instruments of today's science, the further out into the farthest reaches of the universe you look, the deeper into your own consciousness you can enter. To the biblical words, as above, so below, you can see that they can be taken quite literally. It is a mystical reality that speaks the eternal truth that all life is one and the same, and that ultimately there is but one life everywhere present, be it in the vastness of what appears as outer space or in the more finite existence of a human. From the appearance of the tremendous mass of a star to the appearance of a pebble or a droplet of water, it is one universal life consciousness manifesting as us all. Referencing again the Bible, the words, "Within Him we move, live, and have our being," have a profound literal meaning when understood mystically. Quite literally, all that exists, moves, lives, and has its beingness within the mind of God, just as all that is visible, both in the seen physical world and the unseen other dimensional worlds, exists in the mind of God or universal consciousness. All forms of existence are thought form images existing in the universal consciousness or the mind of God. The physical dimension is but one level in the mind of God or universal consciousness, just as there are many structures of human consciousness, such as the conscious level, the personal subconscious level, and the astral level. In similar fashion exist the multiple levels of the mind of God or universal consciousness. The often spoken words, "Man is made in the image and likeness of God," are mystical clarification to this reality. The words image and likeness of God are not referring to the appearance of human form and shape, but rather to consciousness as the miniaturization of universal consciousness and its working structures or levels manifesting as human consciousness. As above, so below. The microcosm is a reflection of the macrocosm. Just as a person is self-aware, so too the universe is self-aware, but as an all-inclusive universal self. The universe is existent on so many levels of self-awareness, planets as they travel in their orbits are thoughts circling around a central theme or a sun. Existences in the physically perceived universe are thought processes within the mind of God or universal consciousness. Just as a human mind has central themes of thought that are born and then pass away, so too stars, or what may be described as star themes, come into existence and then pass away in the thought process of universal consciousness or the mind of God. The psalmist uttered the words, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made," a reality that can only be grasped by those who have taken the mystical voyage into their own consciousness. What has all this to do with human life of anyone? Can such awareness of reality serve any practical purpose in the life of a human being? Resoundingly, yes. Life is a matter of awareness. The more aware we are, the more we are aware of what is taking place in our lives, and, more importantly, our role or soul's purpose within it. Meditation awakens one's consciousness, and conscious awareness creates greater sensitivity to what is and what is not, both on a universal scale and the individual's role within it. As individuals go through their days, it is their practical advantage to, at least for a few moments a day, be aware of who they are. A thought, form, purpose, according to the will of God, and where they are in the thought process of universal life consciousness or the mind of God. In such a state of awareness and recognition, access to God's guidance is not then a thing one seeks, but rather what one is part of. Live in awareness of greater reality, and that life may reflect such awareness to the glory and acknowledgement of God's mind in whom all have been created. Dr. Masters. We will be presenting more of Dr. Masters' mystical insights on KUOSFM.com every week. For more free complimentary lectures and insights, click on to the University of Sedona's website at universityofsedona.com.